Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back. All right, back again with Pure Mediocrity. It is good to be here. Good to be back. I know I've been out for, well, I mean, I missed one, but like just because of how long it's been a little bit. But I'm back, of course. We're back with the one and only King Eldado. Good to see you here. Good to see you again. Good to be back, brother. So tell me, let's get straight in. Well, what's been going on? What's been doing?
Not a lot, bro. I just been streaming, working, and traveling. And that's about it.
Looking a little deflated, brother. Well, what's the week been
Oh,
like?
I'm tired. It's cold. It's Sunday night, bro. I'm just ready to go to sleep, man. But yeah, bro, that's me. What have you been doing? We haven't seen you on it for a minute.
Yeah, no, it's just been a bit just been same sort of stuff, just been chaotic, a lot of stuff going on. Come up to crunch time at the end of the year, which I know it is for a lot of people in their jobs, but for the profession I'm in, it's getting a bit closer to crunch time where stuff's still going to start getting really, really intense. But like the good news is uni let up. I know that was my complaint last time. It's just a lot of uni, but like, uni's been actually fairly good now. I've not got anything really due till late November, so it's good.
Oh, that is good.
I get a chance just to chill a little bit for a week. So I get to just change my thing. Yep, nice stifle of the yawn there. Clearly, my story's boring. I understand. He's been back. He's been back 2 minutes. He's been back a minute, and I'm already tired of his bullshit.
I'm already bored. Nah,
already bored. That's a violation.
Shit, man. No, yeah, kick off. So you got.
No, it's fine, bro. It's fine. It's all good. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, bro. Because you're gonna yawn when I talk. Yeah. Okay. So uni's having a break.
Yeah. So as in, like, it's just not as intense, so it's pretty good just to chill through that. But that got some exciting stuff coming up. Might be moving house, which is a good little thing.
Down to Canberra or no?
No. I'm moving up a bit more north than that. Still like Sydney based, just will be more north this time.
Northern Beaches. You're going to Summer Bay. No way. You're gonna see Big Lewis on home and away. I'm down. I'm ready for it.
No worries, bro. Let's go. Let's get it organized.
I'm on Prime. I'm ready.
It'll be pretty good. Yeah, other than that, not an awful lot. Just been going through my stuff. Been trying to find the time to trying to find the moment to reset and start streaming again. And I know I say that most weeks, so it's always like, oh yeah, sure.
Every week, yeah.
But it's just like every time I start to play and start to stream, see, look, it's just boring. He just doesn't like it.
No, stop.
Yeah, he's out of stream. He's yawning. He doesn't care. He's already looking at someone else. Like, you see, he just doesn't care.
Every time you say you're going to start up.
Every time I say I'm going to start up, I start playing the game. I set the stream up, and then all my mates join in, and we just start playing. And some of the people I play with make certain remarks that are not Twitch safe.
Mm.
And the thing is, I can put on, the like NSFW thing and stuff like that and say it's 18 plus. You have to be 18 to view this video.
Racist.
But
that's what you're getting at.
It's not even racist, to be honest. And like, even when they make certain remarks, a lot of them are from those ethnicities, so they're just bagging themselves out. So like, don't be wrong, it's hilarious, like, as a group when we're laughing about it, but I'm always like, Twitch's terms and service.
Yeah.
Probably can't say some of this shit. So it's like, it's nothing to do with like not wanting to. It's just kind of like having that enjoyment of doing it, mixing that with understanding, with code of conduct and trying to be professional about it all, that there's certain things that can't happen on air and can't be live and all sort of stuff. So for me, that's kind of the only real preventer. I was planning to after this have a shower, grab some food, and then actually do my first stream again tonight. But I've heard there's an elite of the streaming game planning to stream tonight, so I thought I'd just jump into his stream for a bit, watch him for a bit, and then jump in.
Streaming?
I don't know, some dude that, like, literally, get this, so arrogant, he actually calls himself king. Like, talk about a narcissistic prick.
Well, why don't you jump in?
What are you playing?
Fortnite. That's new seasons tonight. That's the reason I'm playing. So if you want to update that now, jump on. It'll be good for everyone.
I mean, we can get in and just, because I know, you kind of need me in there to carry you, because I know I'm the elite in our pairing,
No,
obviously.
because you get the bot lobbies going because the ship
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
That's why we need you.
But the thing is, no, you don't tell anyone that. You just drop the 20 bob and you're like, yeah, damn, I'm good.
Yeah, that's how it is. You know, rock and roll it. Nah, do it. Update it. Go now. Literally go now.
It's I just
Oh,
literally
okay.
when I lean down, I just turn my.
You're a PC gamer. Yeah, update it now because it'll be the servers are still down for a bit. That's why I said let's do the potty now. Because
Oh, right. I'm with you now.
By the time we
also,
start, hey,
okay, I get what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. Because if we start at 7:30, finish it for 8:30, servers can be back up. I want to like wait till servers are up, get straight on. So then it's the first couple and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to do. So
I love that, man.
I
I gotta ask, like, you're good.
So I got delivery.
Oh, we get it. You're so cool. You get deliveries. Ooh.
Yeah.
I reckon that's Ramos. Now the only thing I was gonna say.
It was my lightsaber, baby.
I'm so disappointed.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You should see where I stand it up here. Do you want to see? It stands up here.
Oh my gosh.
You've been in my house. You know where it's at.
Yeah, I do know exactly where it's at. It's the most depressing part of it all.
Yeah, so you were going to ask me something?
I was going to ask you. Recently got the new Saints Row game, yeah?
Saints Row.
Saints Row. What the fuck am I saying? Saints Row game, yeah.
Yep. Currently trying to platinum
it. Is it good? It looks quite fun.
Look, it's fun, but it's very like, I don't know. It's what I'm doing with it because I'm trying to get the platinum. It's so tedious.
And no, see, that's what I mean. What is that? Like, what is platinum? What is that sort of stuff? What's that mean?
The trophy. So when you're trying to go for trophies, I'm trying to get like where you get every trophy in a game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My rarest trophy, to be honest, is probably a 2K one.
Oh, for real?
To get a platinum in 2K, bro, that's not easy.
Yeah, you have to lose that many games in a row. Fuck.
Yeah. No, you actually do. There's one trophy where you have to meet some chick and you have to go through 2 seasons of the G League and get fouled out every single game to then not get drafted to then meet the chick on the bus. And that's like, so I had to do that. I had to play 1 season of 4 years college. Then I had to do different characters.
4 years of college?
What you have to play the whole thing of college. So however many games that is. And then
wait, that's actually kind of sick. Well, I didn't even know you could do that. I would love to do the whole college thing.
Oh yeah, you just don't.
You only get to play 2 games.
You don't have to register for the draft.
Oh.
And then I did.
So what are the cutscenes like then if you're just doing college?
They're just about like there's not too many, but it's just like talking about what you're gonna do when you get to the draft, like nah. So it's not too great. If it wasn't for me trying to get the trophy, I wouldn't have done it. But yeah, it's done now. So that's what matters. But that was a few years ago. I think that was 2K21, which was well worth it in my opinion, because as I said, it's one of my rarest ones. It's like a 0.1% platinum rating, so that's good. But yeah, platinum, it's like for me, platinum games is like you get like the whole experience of a game. Like the tasks are so stupid, but it's like it's a good way to play a game, complete the game, and then be like, all right, I'm done. Like I don't need to pick this up again. So do you watch anime?
What? Yeah.
What do you watch?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty basic with a lot of stuff that I watch. I don't watch that much. I did watch a little bit of Dragon Ball, but like I found like I came in at the wrong section of it. Like I came in when things had already happened, so I spent so much time being like, hold up, what they've already covered all this. Who the fuck are all these people? And like for example, when I was first looking at it, like Piccolo was still the bad guy.
Oh, that's like, what's that one called?
Like Evolution or some shit. Like,
is it just Dragon Ball? I think it's just Dragon Ball, isn't it?
Dragon Ball Evolution, some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's one of the oldest ones. He's like one of the first bad guys. But I was just like, when I like watched it modern day, like I see, they train together, they fight together in all these tournaments. I'm like, holy shit. like it's been so long since I've actually properly like, watched it. But I've been doing a lot of that. When you're like on Facebook and some stuff pops up, I've been watching like hours of it when it pops up, like all the huge battles, like when he fights Jiren and all these like and hit there's like huge fights and Freezer and like this whole battle for the universes. I find that stuff so sick, so I actually stopped watching it intentionally because I want to go back to where it all goes and go forward. I really enjoy One Piece, to be honest. Like, it's so dumb, but I just like, as in it's a dumb concept. Like, I like the concept, but for me, it's like it's the drunk, like not the drunk, but like the hangover watching. Like, when it's the day after and you're not feeling great, or if you're feeling shit, like it's one of those things you can just chew through episodes of.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Seven Deadly Sins. Like that was the first anime I watched start to finish, even though it's not very long, but it's like it's still the first one I ever watched start to finish.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously One Punch Man, but that's like legit everyone's watched One Punch Man. Like I feel like that's I was gonna say it's a pretty stable anime, but sorry, there are a few people that haven't watched it yet, still don't call themselves the king. No.
Someone got it.
So I have the one concept to bring up with you.
Okay.
Mr. JP fighting Anderson Silva.
Yeah, I told you this. You messaged me being like, "Oh, this is gonna happen," and I said that.
No, because the thing is, they'd said the date, but like the amount of times they go, "Oh, this is the date we're fighting," and then half the time they go, "Okay, we've had to push it or this and this."
Yeah.
And then they finally like sort of announced it. I'm really keen to see who wins that actually, because part of me is like, Jake's got enough experience now that he's actually, you can classify him as a boxer, like not. He's no longer just a brawler or a fighter. He does have some technique. And as much as people shit on him, he does have some technique. And the thing is, even if you're weak as shit, it still takes a fair amount to knock down like your Tyron Woodleys and stuff like that. And look, he did well. Awesome. I don't think he'll beat Anderson Silva, though. Because you're talking now about even half the other guys he's fought have been retired. Anderson's still fighting and actually has done quite well in boxing. I don't know whether or not it's because in the UFC and all the Muay Thai that he can just take shit like it's nothing, but he's really hard to knock out. So I feel like this will actually be a really good test. But the problem is there's all the rumors about, a lot of Jake Paul's fights being rigged. And like that's the only thing that upsets me is I'm like, if that's true, it's just so shit.
Look, personally, I don't think that it's true. I don't think anyone's gonna decide that has like a name for themselves. It's gonna be like, yeah,
that's what I mean, yeah.
Out. Because a knockout, yeah, they happen fighting. It's very dangerous to like, you're not gonna sell, basically become brain dead CT or whatever just for some money. I don't believe
it. Yeah.
I think Jake he's a very good boxer. The complaint I'm hearing about the Anderson fight is that Anderson's just too old.
Well, it's another situation of Jake every now and then, every time someone gives him the criteria, he finds a way around it. So you think about it, he fought and knocked the hell out of Deji, and everyone went, "You almost lost to a YouTuber that didn't train. You're useless." Then he fought an athlete, who trains. He fought Nate Robinson. Oh, he's this old retired guy.
He fought Gibb in the middle of that.
Yeah, no. But again, that was a YouTuber who trained, and that's not a professional athlete. It's a YouTuber. So he went to professional athlete. He got an NBA star. But the thing is, he got an ex, like old guy retired, like guy's not doing it anymore. So it was sort of like, what's the plan now? What's the go here? And I'm like, okay, cool. So he's fought that situation. Oh, I've just lost the Zoom. Oh no, I've got you again. It just like my window flicked. So it's like, oh, he's not fought a professional athlete. He went to Nate Robinson. Then it was, oh, that guy's not a fighter. So he then went to Ben Askren, a guy who was known for wrestling. So again, everyone's gone, okay, we get that you've now gone to fighter, fair enough, but you've picked a fighter with no stand-up, like not no ability. Obviously in the UFC, you've got to have ability and everything, but you know what I mean? He's not known for his stand-up. And then everyone went, oh, he's not known for his stand-up. Then he got Tyron Woodley. Is that next level up? So it's like, okay, this guy does have the punch power. And you saw him land a few on Jake, and he kind of rocked Jake a bit. And you're like, okay, this is the first fight we've seen where someone actually has the power to possibly knock Jake out and actually throw punches back. Because the other thing is Ben didn't throw any punches. And Tyrone barely threw in either fight, which is the thing that annoyed me. He didn't throw them any punches. So I was like, everyone's sort of giving Jake these wins, except for the knockouts. Fair enough.
Have you watched any previous Tyron Woodley fights?
No, oh yeah, some like as in like on the like YouTube, like UFC YouTubes, when you got
Tyron Woodley never pushes the pace.
Oh no, never. He's similar to Floyd. He lets them gas and then destroys them.
Yeah, so he will stand there. There is 2 fights I can name to you, both the same people. Tyron Woodley versus Stephen Wonderboy 1 and 2. They stood there for 25 minutes looking at each other. And that is what Woodley is not the guy that's going to go in. So everyone's like, why didn't he knock him out? Why didn't even when he rocked him in the first shot and just kind of waited? That is what Woodley does. If he doesn't get him with that one punch power, that's it. He's not going to do more than that.
Well, the thing is, I think he knows is the second you commit, like there's committing obviously, but then if you overcommit, all it takes is them to throw one wild one. The amount of videos you watch where the people are throwing 100 punches and this guy throws one hook and it connects and you go down. And like, look, at the end of the day, he was a world champion. You can't actually critique him. Like he was a world champ. He was like effing good at what he did. But the thing for me is, it's like everyone, that's still a guy who's been retired like 10 years and is barely a fighter. He doesn't fight anymore.
He was retired for like 6 months.
But as in, he's not a boxer. He doesn't fight. No boxing experience. Yada yada yada. And what's Jake do now? He goes and finds an ex-UFC fighter who is now still currently fighting and has boxing experience.
No, so currently fighting as a boxer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he finds a UFC fighter currently fighting as a boxer. So he has boxing experience. But you see what I mean? It's every time someone critiques him, he finds a little way to improve a little bit, which is, I think, the thing that no one gives Jake enough credit for is he sells fights for people wanting to see him get knocked out. And the thing is, he sells, like, again, this isn't obviously he's got his own fan base, but you'll find so many people just go, oh, that dick, and want to see him get knocked out. So he'll sell fights. But the big thing for me is I look at that and go, he's actually picking the perfect opponents then. He's picking guys he knows he has a fairly good shot at going even with, if not beating, which is why I think Anderson's is the first proper test of Jake.
Okay. Can I give you some background? Well, not really background. I just want to see what you'll say.
Yeah.
Do you think that Tommy Fury is a harder opponent than Anderson?
No.
Okay, good. Because a lot of people think Tommy Fury, at least he's a boxer, but Anderson beats Tommy Fury 10 out of 10 times in boxing.
Tommy I found's a bit limp, like as in he gets hit and he doesn't take punches all that well. Well, the thing is, Anderson's movement, not as great, but the thing is, Muay Thai, like your body's battle hardened.
In
like
the 3 fights that Anderson's had boxing, I think it's 3 fights, 2 or 3. He has fought better competition than Tommy has in his 6 fights.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I don't think. Do you know what's funny? I think Tommy's the perfect opponent for KSI.
I
reckon
that makes more sense.
I think the only thing Tommy had going for him is that he was a boxer, but more importantly, while being a boxer, he's young. He was a young boxer ready to fight. I did see the KSI fights, and look, to be fair, no one knew that second guy was going to be that much of a bum. Like he's a pro boxer with that many fights.
Jake fights KSI. If Jake fights KSI now, Jake kills him.
Yes, 100%.
In that fight, KSI goes so wild that it's just going to be one of those things where Jake has just got way more experience and catches him on the inside, and that's it.
Well, it's the same punch. He'll get him with the same punch he got Fury with. He'll swing low, KSI will preempt, and he'll come up over. Like he'll swing in with the hook, and then come up over his arm. Like that's 100% how he'll knock KSI out. 100%.
KSI versus Tommy or versus Woodley makes way more sense than KSI fighting Jake.
But the thing is, if they'd both been fighting and both been training, 100% they could duke it out. But the thing is, KSI wanted to pursue music, and look, fair play to the guy. He had a bunch of top 10s and stuff like that. He's done bits. Like you can shit on him for all these aspects, but the thing is, everything he sets his mind to, he does. He wanted to be big in the boxing world. He did it to start with. Then he wanted to do music. He's crushed it there. Like he's doing good, but he took like 2 years off fighting, while Jake's been fighting consistently multiple times a year. No shit, Jake's going to be the better fighter right now. But I do think Jake is not necessarily out of reach I do think with a lot more fights, KSI will be able to fight Jake. No, maybe not win, maybe, but like I reckon there is argument. The big difference for me is I can see improvements in Jake's ability every fight. With KSI, I don't. I see him still being wild. He's saying, "Oh, I'm so," like, you watch him do his videos, like, I'm so much better now.
He did. See, that's what I was going to get to. He said after Logan that he's got so much better. He's controlled himself. Then you see his last 2 fights. It's a jab, and then his right comes from all the way out. That he's going to do that and get left is how I think that fight.
But the thing is, I feel like I want to give him credit and say the reason he's doing that is because he knows with the jab setup, he's look. If I'm going to give him full, if I'm going to give him full credit, I'll say that and like try to give him the benefit of the doubt. You give him the benefit of going. He knows that they're not swinging that shot, so he knows he can jab to set up and wild haymaker because he knows they're not clinging on the inside. Maybe he'll set up differently for Jake, but I don't know. I still think we're not going to see KSI Jake for a good 2 years because I think if KSI reasonably wants to fight, don't get me wrong, if he wants to fight for the money, he could do it tomorrow and they'd sell out a stadium. Like everyone knows how much those two want to beat the shit out of each other. But I would honestly like KSI to get stronger because it's not that I want KSI to win, want Jake Paul to win. I'd like the fight to somewhat be a good fight. I don't want it to be a one-sided slaughter.
Yeah,
I just do think,
truly think the fight for KSI next is Tommy Fury.
Tommy, 100%.
Fight because Tyron Woodley is better than Tommy Fury.
Bro, when he started calling out Andrew Tate, like even with all the stuff going on around Andrew Tate, I'm like, the guy's still a world champion kickboxer that still trains daily.
And has the biggest neck in the world.
Like, no, he's like all that sort of stuff. But the thing is, you watch all the documentaries, like the what do you call them? When people like do the interviews and stuff, and they do the whole day in the life of, and he still trains for hours a day in kickboxing. So I'm like, this guy's an ex-world champ that still trains all the time. He's not an option for you, KSI. Like, he will you up. But the thing is, in kickboxing as well, you watch the fights he's in, he takes kicks like to the chest, like full-blown bang kicks, and he blocks and it rips him. And I'm like, you're not swinging as hard as he is. The only thing I will give is there was the guy that sparred both Jake and KSI recently. He sparred Jake leading into his Tyrone fight 2 and sparred KSI leading into these 2 fights he just did then. He did say KSI has a lot more power than he expected and that he hits power-wise harder than Jake does. But for me, it comes back to that whole Deontay Wilder sort of thing. Your big, heavy punches don't mean shit if you can't land them. And that's the whole Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder.
Well, the thing that's...
Tyson just...
quote the great Conor McGregor. Precision beats power and timing.
Timing beats speed. Oh, yeah.
That is what Jake Paul will do against KSI. KSI is probably more powerful. But as I said, when you're loading up from back here, that's when KSI is going to get slept from the inside. And that's where I see Jake winning.
I did not... That guy Jake lined up that pulled out on him, I didn't actually see Jake beating that guy. I did not think Jake was going to beat that guy.
Neither did I.
that guy was huge. And it's funny.
Heavyweight. That dude was a heavyweight.
But the thing is, I do respect that guy coming and going straight up. Look, I'm not going to lose any more weight. I've dropped like 20 pounds. I can't lose another 10. Like, because he's like, I'm fighting in a shell of who I am. And I'm like, I respect that. Jake hasn't come up to weight. Jake's going, you come fight me. And I'm like, bro, he's a heavyweight, 2 weights up. That's a long way down for him to drop. Yeah, but you should at least meet him cruiserweight. Like,
I don't agree with that because Jake is the A side.
No, I get that.
That's what.
But there's got to be some give and take because like I get the whole, you want to fight me, you got to come meet me. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, there's only a certain amount of weight someone can like properly cut.
Yeah, well, then he shouldn't. If that was the case, he shouldn't have signed on. He shouldn't have tried to fight him.
He would have only been like 5-6 pounds heavier. And he told Jake he could keep the whole purse. He'd fight him just for the exhibition fight. He'd fight him at anything.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit. And then it was Jake that went, I'm not in.
Yeah, no, it makes a difference. Me being a bigger guy, it makes a big difference.
But see, the thing is, Jake pulled out and claimed, because he bitched it and didn't want to do this and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, Jake, you can't keep calling this guy a pussy because, like, one, he dropped like most of the weight he was meant to drop and just said, look, I can't drop this last bit. You keep the entire fight purse and fight me. And he went, look, if you're not scared of me, you'll fight me. You keep the whole purse. And Jake went, no, we're not fighting. And I'm like, that for me right there, even though you're right, the dude's bigger, shows Jake has kind of got a brain and gone, I'm not going to fight him when he's heavier than me.
I also think that the big thing I was saying is because it wasn't selling. So
yeah, no, I actually have a feeling they paid that guy off to claim, oh, I'm not dropping any more weight. I have a feeling because the fight was not. Because the thing, Jake's not actually selling fights right now. Even KSI on this like little thing he set up, you look at the pay-per-view numbers, it outsold Jake versus Tyson 2.
That's why, and that is why I reckon the Anderson fight's happening, because that's going to make money.
But the thing is, you take Jake versus KSI, you'll sell 60,000 seat stadium, 100%. It'll be one of the biggest pay-per-view events in a long time.
Yeah.
Second thing to talk about real quick. Where are we on the Battle of Britain?
What's that?
Tyson Joshua agreeing terms to fight.
I think it's stupid because Fury, like Joshua's not relevant anymore. Fury should be fighting for the belt.
True, but Usyk, no. Fury told Usyk, and Usyk said no.
Told him what?
He said, "Let's go, let's fight." And the funny thing is, do you remember when he was like, "Oh, I'm retired, I'm done." Everyone knew, regardless of who won that fight between AJ and Usyk, that Tyson was going to come out. And as soon as he came out, he went, "The Gypsy King is here to stay. I'll beat both those little dosses on the same night." You know, I love him. He's got that Conor McGregor vibe. Like, he's happy to talk shit. He doesn't care. The difference is, though, he also has a large amount of respectability. Like, you hear him talking to people in interviews, and he's really, like, well-spoken and respectful about things. And he talked about AJ, like, there's that infamous interview when they're walking on the beach, and he spoke about AJ going, when this kid was coming up, you know, I was like, shit, this kid's going to be good. Like, I had respect for him. And then he said, but recently, I haven't seen anything impressive. And I think I feel bad because the thing is, a lot of people are talking about, oh, look at the difference between Tyson's fights career and AJ's. And when you look at the numbers, regardless of names, AJ has had a stronger career in terms of people he's fought, disregarding Deontay Wilder. But the thing is, they both fought Klitschko. They both won. But the thing is, AJ stopped a Parker. AJ's fought the guys like Ruiz. Like AJ's fought
Klitschko is like at a 50-year-old Klitschko though.
Tyson didn't exactly fight him young and in prime either, to be fair. But
when did he fight him?
I'm gonna say 40 something. $39, yeah, 39 years old when Tyson beat him. So same thing. It's the whole. I find it's harder to be old and successful I find it's easier in the lower divisions, and I'll explain why, to be older and still get to box. And the thing is, like, you watch the move, like Floyd Mayweather's a perfect example. The guy was hella old, still fighting, still creaming people. Mm-hmm. I don't think you get away with it as much. Like, still beating people. But the thing is, I don't think you get away with it as much in heavyweight. Because all it takes is a young guy with a really heavy punch to land that hit. And, like, you're looking at death. Like, you're looking at him killing you with that much power. Yeah. And it's the whole thing of, like, eventually you have to retire. Because, like, if you have a young guy coming up, swinging as hard as Deontay Wilder, and he connects with an old dude, like, it's like when what's his name? Mike Tyson avenged Muhammad Ali and fought that dude, like, when he was basically about to retire and smoked him. I'm like, luckily Tyson was young, but you think about prime Tyson. If prime Tyson had hit that guy, you're seriously looking at him like him putting him in the ICU. Like, you're looking at him really hurting the guy.
Yeah.
But I do think AJ versus Fury would be an interesting fight. I don't see AJ winning it. Like, same sort of thing as KSI. He said he changed. I didn't really see any changes. I'll be honest. When he was like 23 fights, I can't remember. It was a record. It was like 23 fights, 23 KOs. And we did the average round time spent. And it was like the average amount of time a boxer survived in the ring with AJ. It was an average of 3.4 rounds, which meant AJ was aggressive. He was approaching, he was attacking. And that's what I loved watching AJ. I love watching him. He was full offense. And he was like, I'm the Muhammad Ali. I wear white. I'm a bit of a dancer. And you watch him and he moves around a bit and he was literally ripping people. I was like, this is awesome. Yes, his opponents weren't as good. But nowadays, I feel like he's a shell. Like he just backs up.
I mean, he gets dropped in every fight.
And that's what I mean. It's because I feel like he has no aggression anymore. And the thing is, someone commented on it when his training videos with his old trainer that made him the world champ emerged, and you watched, like, some people saying it was like watching old Mike Tyson train. Like he was aggressive. He was screaming as he's hitting the pads, like full power. And you compare that with the stuff he was doing before, where he's just going, it's quiet, it's technique, it's ta-ta, like it's those noises, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
And everyone's gone, in all honesty, if you want a chance in beating Fury, you need to go back to your old trainer, because you're going to need to get aggressive if you want to fight him, because you're not going to outbox him.
Look, I really don't think that that AJ is going to beat Fury no matter what. Fury is next level at the moment, and AJ is on the downfall.
I'll put it this way: Fury's the perfect example of not the best at this, and that. He is the best boxer in that division. He knows what scores points. He knows to be patient and wait for his moments, and he knows how to score. So he knows if it's going to decision, he's winning. But more importantly, he knows how to wait for his moment. He doesn't just make those dumb decisions. He's smart. He'll use his range. And I think you versus Deontay Wilder, who I think got as far as he did, and I like to say he was more of a brawler. Like, he was a good fighter. He tore people to shreds, just big power hits. But that's when you go up against someone like Fury, who had the technique to just go, yep, you throw your stuff. You get tired, bro. And the thing is, it didn't work, because look, he got clicked. He got knocked the fuck out. And then he got back up, which is so awesome. But it's like, that's the only negative side, is if you do get hit trying to be a bit more laid back, you're going to go down. But it's more, you could see Tyson ready to go, all right, I'll give you the space. I'll give you the space. Like, he's okay to be patient. While I find a lot of fighters that aren't good boxers try to rush stuff, and it means they don't necessarily throw with good technique.
I think it's more of a respecting your opponent, in the sense of AJ. Every time it goes in, it seems like he doesn't respect his opponent. He thinks he's a god. He's whatever. Got knocked out by Ruiz.
Oh, bro, that, yeah.
Came back, won, same thing. Got that confidence up. It's every time I see him going. Now, to be fair, I don't watch him a whole lot, but every time I see him, it just seems he's got no respect for his opponent, and then he gets done for it, and then it's just like.
It's like the second time he fought Ruiz was one of the best I've actually seen AJ box. All he did was just jab him. He never let Ruiz get into his range. He never let Ruiz come into this distance. He just bang, jab at the range. He forced Ruiz to actually, it was the other way around. He forced Ruiz to respect his jab, for Ruiz to have to go, okay, that guy's got more range than me. He's got the reach. And Joshua just outpointed him. He actually outboxed someone. And I was like, that's impressive. And then you go up against Usyk, who I actually reckon Usyk's going to be a really good fight for Tyson, because Usyk looks mean. He looks like a good boxer. So I do actually think Usyk versus Tyson would be an amazing fight.
That's a big fight. You're right.
I think the only way Joshua wins against Tyson is with a lucky hit. I reckon Joshua, similar to Wilder, I reckon Joshua taking it if Tyson overestimates or overextends, and Joshua can land something good. Symbolic precision beats power, timing beats speed. If Joshua can land one, because at the heavyweight, like we know, is that you can be one and done in heavyweight. One well-landed punch, they're out. So I do see it as a bit of an interest. I would love to see, if we're talking cross-dimension fights, I don't really want to see, I really want to see Francis come in and fight someone like Wilder.
I'd want to see Francis Joshua.
Oh, actually, no, that's true. Yeah, that'd be better.
Because the Ngannou versus Fury is just so dumb, because Fury's honestly the best boxer in the world right now. He has to
that's the thing. Fury's a better boxer. Like, he's going to outbox him, similar to Conor against Floyd. Conor obviously hits harder than Floyd does. In fact, Conor for a while had one of the hardest punches in the world with his left hand full when he went straight, because the way he hit the speed he threw it. And I'm like, he clearly had more power.
But that's also they say the same thing about Francis right now. They say he's got the hardest punch in the world, but it's also, you got to remember, you're not going to land that punch that you practice with in an actual fight, ever.
Never, because the thing is, unless you're throwing it with no disguise, they're probably going to juke it, like, which is really funny, because the thing is, I watched like the Andrew Tate interview, because I was curious about like, how his training works. And he's giving advice on fighting. And he talks about, how like he's like, the problem with fighting now is you see all these young fighters coming guards up, all that sort of stuff, because you're taught keep your guard up. And he went, your guard actually does next to nothing. He's like, your guard's not there to block. He's like, your guard's there to reduce. And for me, I'm like,
yeah,
does that mean? See, because I'm not a fighter, I don't know. And that's why when I watched the video, he went, look, put your guard up like this. And the guy put it, and he just went like this. Soft punch straight in it, and the guy's head went bang. And he went, you see how that hurt? And he's like, I threw that like 50%. And he's like, the guard's not going to stop it hurting when I hit you. Your head's still going to snap back. It's still going to hurt. He's like, your guard's there to stop them hitting you clean. And hopefully, he's like, you need to move. Because he's like, if you roll and have your guard and you extend it out and they glance off, then they miss entirely. He's like, and that's what you're aiming for with your guard. It's not necessarily so you can wear the punches. It's more so you can pull in redirect a bit more. And I never knew that. I was like, oh, I'll just block and then you're fine. But it's because I'm new to fighting. You obviously knew it. But like for me, I'm like, oh yeah, just this all the time. When you throw, keep them here. It's just because, but I never realized that, oh yeah, if you get hit with that there, it still hurts. So it's like, that's the thing I see when I see Josh, because he doesn't move. He stands here and it's like,
yeah, well, it's the whole thing of having a stance and making sure everything's like right. Because as you said, he was up like this, got hit, and the head went back. Like I remember with my cousin, him and I, he was getting into boxing. I was like, all right, let's see you.
I remember this. You showed me the video of this. This was hilarious.
No, it's not the video.
Oh, that was your friend. That was your friend that you covered.
Yeah, no, it's just him and I just practicing. And I was like, show me guard, and he did this, and he's trying because we boxed, we fought, I go, all right, let's do it, let's run a few rounds. So he's doing this and trying to block, because he did this, and then I hit him with a hook. His eye bled, he dropped and everything. And I said, that you're not doing this. This is not it. Like, this is not how you block. I said, stay right here, stay tough. And I just slapped the shit out of his arms till he got to that point where this was all strong, this was all tough. And he goes, I'm feeling it, but I'm fine.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I literally was just, because I wasn't gonna hit, like I wasn't gonna punch him, but I slapped the heck out of him for like 5 minutes. And first couple, doing this, I said, you got to be tough, like, have everything straight, have your stance right. After that, best block, he was able to fight, he was able to do all that. So yeah, it's not about just holding it there and it's going to do everything. There's a lot more to
it. And that's the thing, which I always enjoy learning more about stuff I don't know, which is like, me and you have had a ton of conversations. Like me and you did a little like session where you got me to use a few moves. And to be honest, I kind of want to get back into it. Not obviously looking to compete or anything.
I want to get back into boxing,
but I want to get back into like my Muay Thai stuff and moving through. And it was one of the things I was going to talk to you about, like organizing, once a month or something, me to come down and actually have a proper little, like, just you helping me with some technique stuff, some pad work, that sort of stuff. I'll hold the pads for you as well, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it.
But the other thing is, I want you to teach me how to wrestle.
Oh, wrestle. Yeah, I can do it. Well, this is the thing.
I want to know, like, the thing is, because I'm always thinking Street Fighter.
Oops. Oops. I was telling a story. Oops.
What you get for yawning at me. No.
I, sir, was gonna say, before I was rudely interrupted,
there you go,
that I have a few mates down here that train in like all sorts of Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, that they wanted to go down to the park and like to have a few rolls and do a few things. So really, if you did want to come down once a month or whatever, I could organize it with them too. We can all meet up and we can all get going.
Bit of training, yeah. You need to understand, obviously, there's going to be their level, a beginner level, and then I'm somewhere down.
Yeah, but it's not about that. They're good dudes and they know, because
yeah, I just want to learn, because the thing is,
how long have I been out of it for?
Okay, but with some of it, it's like riding a bike, bro. It's like, even though you've done it, like you still know technique. Like, yeah, you may not be as fast or as fit as or as strong as when you were first wrestling and stuff like that. But you're still going to know, okay, I lock this. Okay, now I move here. Now I go for a format, whatever it is. Like, you'll still know your ground game. Like,
yeah, what if you can't ride a bike, but?
Then you're in trouble, mate. Yeah. Then good luck. Hold the handlebars. Just pop those training wheels on, buddy.
Second and go. Yeah, you should definitely come. But it'll be more of it's not going to be sparring or anything. I don't even want to do that. It's going to be a lot of just running drills, doing things just to keep that fitness. Because we went to a UFC event, me and a few friends. And we spoke about it. It never came, we never did it. But we spoke about it, and I really want to because I want to get back into it and just do Saturday morning trainings, like at a gym here.
Yeah, bro. Full disclosure, I want to see you compete again. I actually want to see you compete.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen for a while.
Didn't you say the only issue with like when you were trying to compete when you were younger It's just you end up versing those guys that are just so big they just let
So
just lean their weight on you.
because I'm a bigger guy, and I've been taught, so I didn't train with people my size. Oh, I did at first, and that's when I won my gold medal and stuff. But after that,
Yeah.
After that,
he
they
just so
all-
casually drops that into the potty. Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it?
Whatever. I mean, I don't even.
Oh,
think
just
about
Australian gold. You want to see my gold medal?
No. Did you win a gold medal? Like,
Yeah, just Australian. Just Australian. Oh, hey, 1 month of training, 1 Australian gold medal.
And as they come over. Well, I mean, I don't really talk about it that much anymore. Oh, wait, here's the medal. No, see,
I actually don't talk about it that much because I don't like when you say you got that, everyone wants to test their luck. Like, how do I go against a god?
And you go,
well,
shit. Yeah.
But I lost my train of thought. Shit. Oh yeah. So then when I got further along, I was learning, because when I started, I was like 14, so I was like 80 kilo.
Yeah.
And I would learn a lot of technique stuff and learn like proper wrestling and stuff. And then when I got older and got bigger, the bigger guys is literally it's closer to sumo wrestling than it is to technique wrestling.
It's just heavy leaning.
Yeah, it's just strong dudes pushing each other. Whoever gets down first, that's basically it. So my problem was that when you do technique and overpower and you try to do something and some guy will just flatten out and drop on you, that's it. That'll be it. So I need to, if I was to compete in anything, I would have to drop a lot. But I want to do boxing and not get into wrestling yet, not till I have.
If you were going to compete in a combat, what would you go for?
If I
told you right now in 1 year, you're gonna have to compete in this event.
Oh, I'd want MMA. I'd want MMA. But if we're saying like my dream would be MMA. But if we're saying 1 year, I'd want to be doing wrestling or jiu-jitsu, because I know in 1 year I'm not going to be as great as I ever was. And wrestling, jiu-jitsu, you're not really going to get hurt. Like, I'm not going to get punched in the face.
Yeah. It's like, if I make a mistake, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's not I'm making a mistake.
I'm not going to be waking up in hospital like,
wake up. Oh, that
yeah.
Like, all right, you hear the bell, ding, like eyes go white. Wake up.
I'm not trying to wake up like the Undertaker or anything. So, I definitely would want to do wrestling, but if I could get into anything, I'd want to do wrestling again and boxing, and then compete in MMA.
I really enjoyed like Muay Thai, so I'd think about that, but I'm not gonna lie, I've watched now, like, because when I was really into it and I was training it, I watched a lot of it.
Yeah,
bro, that's another level. Like, the guys that do it are nutcases. Like, watching how much they get hit, and like the thing is, it's not even like how much you get hit. It's half of them. There's no defense. It's just I'm strong as hell, and like you watch them bashing the hell out of each other. And I was like, this doesn't look like when you watch boxing. There's slip this, slip that. Oh, I'm good. I'm technically block.
Yeah.
And obviously there's techniques for blocking and lots of stuff in Muay Thai. But when you watch them block, like they raise their knee up to block a leg kick. It's like, that still hurts like a lot. Like, I got kicked once, and yeah, I'm not obviously strong, but I was like, holy hell, that's painful.
Yeah, it's not a good time. It's not a good time.
So
if I had your body, I would do Muay Thai.
Is that because of height or?
No, just because I would be able to, like, flexibility wise and agility and everything. I mean, I'm pretty agile, but like I could be more. But I like Muay Thai because you use everything. You got your elbows, you got your knee. I mean, I told you about the time I got in a fight in Oztag, where I took a double-legged guy and elbowed him in the face twice, and then like contained myself. Because I love elbows, I like knees, I like, you as you throw it, bang, bang.
Well, I like elbows because they don't break as easy. If you throw a punch wrong, you break your hand. You throw an elbow, like it's pretty solid. It's gonna hurt, yeah.
But knees are good. I like all that. Kicks would be great, but it's just I'm not going to be throwing a head kick anytime soon. So
why not?
To me, it's like,
oh yeah, you're more the roundhouse head kick.
I'm going for question mark kicks. That's why. So
you're the hand plant spinning back kick.
Yeah,
I see you.
Yeah, I wanted to do the leaf hurricane, if you know what that is. So that's my kick. Yeah, you go bottom to top and try to go for that. So, it just doesn't work when you're a bigger guy,
Why not? Not with that attitude.
Yeah, well,
mentality, brother. All mentality.
And then I guess if you come down too, so we could train, we could also do a potty live, and that'll be sick. Because
I think that would be cool. Yeah, I'll do a potty with a black eye because you've hit me, teaching me about my guard.
Actually, did I tell you about that? I trained with a guy And they go, so we were just spar, like it's one of the guys that wants to do it with us. We are just doing a bit of, touch up. We're like 20%, 30%, 50%. He goes, all right, this one, we're going 80. I was like, oh, all right. So we go in, I just, still light, boom, he swings his big one. I was like, oh shit. So we start swinging, it's just, and he like throws on, I kind of get out, like I kind of slip it, goes across, and I come back, boom, in the nose starts bleeding. We're just going at it. Because we had a timer on, so it was like 30 seconds of just 80%. We're going. And at the end, you slap the gloves, everything's all good. But fuck, man, that was nice. It was good to know that
whenever someone says, oh, go 80, you're always like we did sparring a little bit. Like I never properly sparred, but it was like, okay, throw an 80% punch. And the guy goes, and I'm like, mate, you can hit me. Like I literally did this. I went, punch me. And he sort of went and like poked my face. I was like, bro, we're training to get better. And if you're going to throw it that slow, I'm never going to be able to block a proper one. And like, he did throw it faster in the end, but I was sort of like, it got to that point where you're like, okay, how hard do we throw before we start going, oh, this is my 80. This is my 80. I swear it's my 80. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, it's dangerous. Saying a hit for 80 or whatever, it's dangerous because 80 is it's not soft, but it's not hard. So it's just fight. Like 80 is like just fight.
You may as well. Just expect 100 and just.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, but no, that sounds good, bro. That's definitely something we should do. Something we should get into. And let me know when you want to do it so I can tee it up.
I also just really love like the fitness of it all as well. Like I really like that fitness.
You know what? I fucking hate the fitness.
No. As in, I love the idea of being fit. Like it is really good.
I like that.
You're fighting because you enjoy learning about it. It's combat. You like learning the technique, but the thing is, in doing that, it kills you. Like, so you actually get really fit.
My issue that I always had was when I was at a wrestling gym, and because like I knew the guys, I was trained at the AIS. That was pure wrestling. There wasn't like, okay, we're gonna do a move and then you're gonna plank for 5 minutes. Then we're gonna do a move and do push-ups. Where I've noticed every other gym does it. It's like, all right, one person can be hitting the heavy bag, the person behind doing push-ups, the person behind them's doing sit-ups. I want to be at a gym where it's technique. Like, yeah, the fitness is going to come. If I was getting ready for a fight, let me do the fitness. While throwing, left, right, slip, all that, I'm going to be getting fit anyway. But it's like, I don't see why I'm taking time out of my session of boxing to be doing push-ups, sit-ups, sprints, X, Y, Z. I know it makes sense if I was competing, but it's like, bro, I'm in a beginner class. Why am I practicing like I'm about to do a marathon when I want to just learn how to throw a punch? Or X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, that always annoyed me when I was getting started. It's like, dude, I don't want to be sitting here planking while the dude in front of me is punching and the guy behind's doing burpees. I just don't see how that's helping me learn how to throw hands.
It's like, no, don't get me wrong. I'm happy if you want me to go for 3 minutes straight of like and I'll die in energy like that.
Yeah.
If you want to keep critiquing, no, don't throw it that way. I know you're getting tired. Like, I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I understand my core needs to get strong, but let me work on that. Like, especially if I'm paying for a group session, I'm paying to become a better boxer. I'm not paying for the fitness section of it. I can work on the fitness. If you straight up come to me and go, look, you need your core to be stronger. You need this, and this. Cool. I can take that away and work on it. When I'm paying the box, I'm paying a box. I'm not paying into plank.
And that's the thing. If we were to do a session here with like the boys, it wouldn't be.
It'd be the mitts.
It'd be technique. It's going to be combination stuff like that, and that's what I want to do. It's why it's annoying that no gym does that. They focus so much on the fitness side because obviously people
or you get the whole like one bang bang, one bang bang, one, and it's that for like an hour, which is great, obviously for teaching technique. But eventually, you're like, I want to kind of work on a little bit more than just
Or it's like bang bang, do a burpee, and it's like do I need to?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Last talking point before we look towards the end.
Well, my dinner's just.
It's a quick one. It's a quickie. I promise it's a quickie. All right. It's a quickie.
Yeah. All right. You're a quickie.
Do
you look like
what's on the Lakers signing?
Fuck you.
You knew we were going to have to discuss it.
We absolutely suck.
Oh, what? You mean the King Schroeder? King Schroeder.
Oh my god, we suck, dude. We are.
How long did you cry?
We have Patrick Beverly, and they go, you know what? This is bad. Why not fucking make it worse?
Why not get Schroeder? And apparently in the Lakers office, they're thinking, with Schroeder and Westbrook in, Westbrook's going to have to come off the bench.
In what fucking world? Westbrook can play the season he did last season, 3 more seasons before he's off the bench for Schroeder. Schroeder missed an open layup to win the game for the Celtics. It was a
sport. It was a sports. I don't know. Do you know? You don't understand how happy I was when you signed him. I'm like, take him.
I didn't sign him. I didn't fucking sign him.
No. I was like, take him.
I would have never signed him. Not even on my 2K league, if he was the best rated player, would I sign him?
No, bro. We'll pay you to take him. I know what. When he missed that open layup to win the game,
these shorts will not be worn this season. Okay, I want you to know that.
Yeah, no. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to pick this one up."
Suck, dude. We get the beginning of the beginning of free agency.
Looks so promising.
Kyrie, we're getting X. We're getting this. Who do we get? No one. We still got AD, who's
no. You just missed out on Kyrie, but you took a close second in Patrick Beverley. All right, close second, and you just missed out.
Get AD out of there and get Zach LaVine. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's never happening in a million years. Because it's one thing to convince the Bulls to give you LaVine; it's another to convince them to have AD.
AD sucks. The whole team, except for the guy that wears number 6, sucks.
The thing is, I'm actually curious to see how long he can keep it up. Like, in all honesty,
this has got to be it. This season has to be it.
Like, I dead set like want to know how long can you honestly keep playing and trying to put up the numbers to carry it. I'll put it this way: I reckon if he doesn't make finals, he's gonna be like, fuck, I need to either leave Lakers or go somewhere where, one, I'm going to be able to play with Bronny, and 2, someone else can carry the team and I can just help facilitate.
I agree. I don't see him. Things will change this year if they don't make finals again.
So, I know what's going to happen. You're not going to make finals. You're going to go, we need some young talent. You're going to get Pritchett. You're going to get Brown. You're going to take a veteran defender in Smart, and you're going to give LeBron to the Celtics, and you're going to let him and Tatum just bury every other team.
And in my house, it's going to look like fucking St. Patrick's Day because I'll be a Celtics. Baby, let's go. All right. Well, that being said, I'm done with this conversation now.
Yeah.
This is going to be uploaded on a Tuesday now, because if we record Sunday, I don't need to do all the editing and stuff right now. I get to do it tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Put on the Tuesday. So then the Tuesday, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the Tuesday is. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, well, too bad. Suck it up.
It was a pleasure being back on. I will be honest, it was really hard not to message you and chat with you, because I was like, every time I want to have a conversation, I'm like, oh, save it.
No, you know what? We need to stop that, because I was talking to my partner about that. And I was like, you know what? I feel like Lewis isn't even my friend anymore. It's just, we don't talk unless it's on here.
Well, it's because I'm so like, oh, no, save it. But I feel like we can still have the stories and then
we can bring it back up, or we can talk about something else. There's other things for us to talk
There's
about.
Always stuff, yeah. All right,
well,
been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, as per usual. All right, thank you for spending this, what are we at now? Roughly 55 minutes or something, about an hour. Thank you for spending the time. Appreciate you all. Make sure you catch King Eldado on the Twitch.
Hey.
Hopefully, soon you'll catch
you, bro, tonight. Make sure you're updating. I'm gonna call you all night once the servers are up. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mediocrity family.